Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday the 15th of May. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you for joining me. I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot for today's reading. Let's have a look at what these cards want you to be aware of. And these cards are great. They make this hissing noise when you shuffle them. It's very unique to this deck. We have the Son of Pentacles, the Hierophant in reverse, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. The Son of Pentacles is like the Page of Pentacles. It's about becoming a stag. You can see his little antlers forming there. We've got a crescent moon and a pentacle there. So this is a young deer. I don't know the exact words. A doe, a deer, a female deer, something like that. We've got this young animal that's growing up, and that's male, and he's going to grow up to be the big boss. And he's the son of the big boss, and he has to learn how to assert himself in the world and how to become the big boss as he progresses in life. And usually that happens, with the animal by finding his own way of discovering a source of food and how to take care of the herd and being vigilant for predators and being injured and learning from that and not doing it again and all kinds of things. Very similar to our human experience, whereas sometimes we're taught things, we're educated, and we learn from those, but at other times we have to go through the pain ourselves, and we have to be injured a little bit to keep away from certain situations, and we learn through our own experience. So there's an opportunity here for growth, for personal growth in a practical sense, in a practical way. And it's either through being shown something or being taught, so be open to learning new things, or there's an external experience that takes place in your life today that makes you feel very, very inexperienced again. And that it doesn't matter if you're 15 years old or 70, some experience occurs that makes you feel like, wow, I'm not really certain of how to deal with this. I feel very ill-equipped to handle this situation. So when you're ill-equipped to handle this situation, best thing to do is to listen to your gut, your instinct. That usually never fails you. Also to appeal to other people who have more wisdom and more knowledge and who may have been in this situation, if it doesn't have to be decided there and then. To ask other people, to be practical and to research and to look things up. So there's an opportunity to learn. The Hierophant is the guardian of this key. So the Hierophant is usually a card that looks like the Pope, and it's gaining entry into the club, being accepted by other people, having the key to the secret Raven Club where it's safe. Outside there's rain and lightning, and you want to be part of the club because there are other crows around you, and you feel, I'm kind of mixing my metaphors. So first you were a deer, now you're a crow, okay? So the point of the Hierophant card is that there's safety in numbers, and it's very dangerous out there by yourself, and you join clubs and you join groups because you feel that it's less scary. And because there are a lot of you around, you help each other out and you protect each other. And it's a little bit easier to live life that way. So you've got to have the key for entry, so you've got to play by the rules. You've got to be a crow or a raven. You've got to believe certain things. You've got to adhere to certain standards. And then once you're in the club, you can't just do what you want. If you want the safety and security, the payoff is your individuality goes out the window. You can't just do what you want, you have to conform. And that's in reverse. So this Son of Pentacles is not learning from an institution, and he's also not trading in his individuality for knowledge, and he's not saying, oh, it's too painful to learn, I'm rather just gonna join a club and let them do it for me because this is too difficult and I don't want to learn it. I just want a cheat code and I want other people to help me out and do it for me. So that's a very noble choice, but it's the harder path. I'm not going to join this religion, even though that means I'm going to be ostracized from all my friends who are part of this church, and they go there every Sunday, because I have learned things about myself, for instance, which clash with the rules of the club, and I have learned that, and now I'm going to have to stand by those. And if I want to grow up and be true to myself, then I've got to exit the club and be the person that I'm meant to be, find a new club to belong to so that I can be my true self, and that means that I lose the security and comfort of my friends who I see every Sunday, for example. And that's tough, and that's part of growing up, because you have to then find your own tribe, and you have to find your own family, and sometimes you don't. The Ace of Cups is a gift from the universe. It's a blessing of love and romance and feelings of wondrousness, and everything is overflowing with love and positivity and sunshine, and it's just a blessing from the universe. It's the ability to love, and it's given to you. And we have a lot of love floating around in the universe at the moment, and it's a time for love. But this card is in reverse, so it's interesting that I've chosen this deck, because I've never seen a deck where the Ace of Cups in reverse looks like it's showering you with yellow, joyous, fun energy. So even though it's in reverse, it doesn't look like it's a negative influence. It looks like it's giving you more energy to be yourself. So you may discover something, or you may learn something today which really puts you at odds with the status quo in your life, and you decide to be true to yourself, and that makes you sad, because you're going to have to either lose people or lose certain structures in your life that you've had for a while and that you really rely on, and they make you feel safe and they make you feel nurtured and comforted and part of a club. But because you're growing and you're devoted to being your most authentic, true self, you embrace this sadness. And what happens here is that through embracing the emotions, the difficult emotions that come up, you're showered with this yellow, bright, sunny energy that then goes back around and energizes you and helps you to grow and lights up this moon so that you can see clearly and that you can pursue your own path with enthusiasm and joy and a sense of pride, that you're not choosing the comfortable, easy way out, and the payoff is that you have to lie and not be yourself. And you're walking the path of authenticity, which is often very lonely, but which requires energy. You're being given that energy today. And when you find something on that path that you actually do fall in love with, or you find a different club that you can belong to, where you absolutely, the rules are totally in line with your own beliefs and you absolutely fit into the club, then you feel 100 times better than faking it in another group or organization where you just have to kind of fake it to belong. So it's hard initially to make that decision and to accept that this no longer works for me. I'm going to have to exit this situation. And it could be anything. It could be belonging to a club. It could be belonging to an institution. It could be the work that you do. It could be the relationship that you're in. It could be a number of things. And today you understand and learn that there is something else out there that's meant for you. The initial difficulty, yes, embrace that. You learn from it. The universe supports you by giving you lots of energy. And when you walk that path and find your new club that you can belong to, then the Ace of Cups is so much more valuable, because then you really love the people you're around and you really are on the same wavelength, and you can be honest and you don't have to lie, and you can be your true self and really feel embraced by a group of people. And you can, as much as you can know anybody on this planet, none of us are transparent in a sense that you can look through someone and know every single thought that they've ever had and whether they're being 100% honest. But we can kind of feel when we're welcome and when we're not. And when something is right and it feels right, and when something doesn't feel right. And when it doesn't feel right, it's painful. But the important thing to do is to not run from that pain, to embrace that pain, and to keep moving forward by yourself, because you're always, it's guaranteed, you're always going to end up in a better position if you're true to yourself. So it's important to look at the long term today rather than the short term. Don't go for instant gratification today. Go for authenticity and truth. And that will lead you to long-term permanent fulfillment and gratification that isn't fleeting, that's sustaining, permanent, and that feeds you on a soul level as well as on a physical level, and allows you to grow up the way you want to be, and allows you to grow into the kind of person that you always imagined yourself to be, not this mold that you've been pushed into. So it's the choice between being a Stepford wife or husband or being your own special creation. And if you look around society, a lot of people have conformed because it's scary. And the people on the fringes, on the margins, on the outside, yes, they are authentic in themselves. It's a much harder path, but they're the ones that bring in change, not the ones who cave. But this is a personal choice. No one can make it for you, but it's an issue that comes up for you today. And you can choose how you want to progress and move forward in your life. So we've got 1 and 5 is 7, and 7 is mind and creativity. So you've got something to chew on, you've got something to think about, and you've got a choice to make. Either way, you're going to have the energy to go in the direction that you choose and the direction that you feel is right for you at this moment. And there will be other choices in future. So it's not all or nothing. It's an important day. But it's not the end of the world. That's what I mean. There will be other choices that you make in future. So don't pressure yourself and say, oh, if I do the wrong thing today, my whole life is going to be upended. It isn't. It's just another step on your path to enlightenment, or another step on your path to success. Whatever your destination is that you've decided for yourself, you're taking a step forward. So have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.